How you doing? If you're new to e-cigs and just got a starter kit, let's go through it a little bit in case you forgot something, because we get a lot of problems if people forget different things. So this is the unit. This is your battery. Let's call this, there's a lot of names for this right here. Let's call it a tank. Unscrew your battery. That's your battery. This is your tank. Unscrew the bottom. You're going to put the fluid in here. This is your base that I'm holding. This is your heating coil. It screws in and out. So you just screw that back into the base when you need to put a new one in. When you take it apart to fill it, when you pull this out of here, always make sure this is tight. So they will loosen up like that from time to time. So always make sure they're tight. Make sure you have all your O-rings. This one right here is very important. People tend to lose that a lot. So you take your juice. Don't pour it in the center hole. It's going to run out the mouthpiece. So to do it easily, just kick it over sideways. Let it run down the side. You'll see it start to fill up in the sight glass. Just don't overflow the center tube. Place the base and the coil back in and tighten it. You don't need to put a wrench on these things, but tighten this snug. We're going to set this aside, let that juice absorb into that coil, that wick, so you don't burn the wick. So I'll set that there. Let's get back to the battery. Right now, when I push the button, it's turned on. If I want to turn it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It flashes. Now I can't get it to come on. Okay? You want to turn it back on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It flashes. Now it's on anytime I touch it. You're not using the battery unless you're pushing the button. To charge it, take your cable, screw it into the end of the cable. Plug the USB portion into your wall adapter. Okay. This light right here will pop on red. When it's fully charged, it turns green. Unplug everything. Charger away, whatever you do with it. Now, I'm going to put this back together. I've got a hot battery. It's been charged. I'm full of fluid. You're going to screw these back on. If I screw this on as tight as I can, you get a lot of your air from these holes and from the bottom. So the tighter you screw it, it's like taking a straw and pinching it shut. You will not have as good a draw. So when this touches, you'll feel it, grab it. All you need is a little turn right there, okay? And you'll hear it sizzle. That's the heating coil, heating up the fluid, changing it to vapor. And when you smoke these, slower, longer drags is going to get you more vapor. A better smoke, the whole works. A lot of people, when they get these first off, they suck on them real hard, just like cigarettes, and it's natural because that's how you smoke a cigarette. This is totally opposite. So if you want to see more vapor, slow down, longer drags. Okay? When the heating coil goes out, it'll either start leaking fluid into the center chamber. You might get a taste of it on your mouth. It might drain out the bottom hole, get into your battery. Always keep your battery clean. Keep this tube clean. If you're sucking on it too hard, you'll notice it because you'll think the tank is leaking. But the tank's not really leaking unless the coil went bad. You're actually sucking fluid up in here too hard. It never had a chance to turn to vapor. So slow down if that happens to you. Take longer draws, and usually that fixes everything. It's just a little learning curve, learning to smoke these. Just totally opposite. Just don't over tighten this, and longer and slower draws. Okay? And that's about it. I hope this helps you. Thanks a lot.